Agentic workflows, autonomous iteration, React. If you feel buried under an avalanche of AI buzzwords lately, you're not alone. Most of us use tools like ChatGPT and assume we are interacting with the absolute peak of artificial intelligence, but we aren't. This diagram illustrates the baseline level of AI, large language models, or LLMs. Those popular chatbots are applications built on top of these models. They are fantastic at generating text, but they operate on a very simple loop. You provide an input, and the LLM produces an output right back to you, based on its training data. This setup has two major limitations. First, it is entirely passive. It sits there doing nothing, waiting for your prompt. Second, it is completely walled off from your proprietary, personal information. To see why that matters, let's say you ask your chatbot to check your schedule and tell you when your next coffee chat with Elon Musk is. It fails instantly. The model might have ingested the entire internet, but it does not have access to your Google Calendar. Without a bridge to your real-world applications, a standard LLM is just an isolated text generator. It can write a polite email, but it cannot manage your day. The first solution engineers built to bridge this gap is called an AI workflow. This is where a human writes a strict set of instructions, the control logic, to give the AI access to external tools. This flowchart maps out a standard workflow. You can tell the system, every time I ask about a personal event, run a search query to fetch my calendar data before responding. In technical circles, this lookup process is called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG. With this logic in place, the next time you ask about that coffee chat with Elon, you get the right answer. The system queries your calendar, finds the date, and delivers the information. But what happens if your immediate follow-up question is, what will the local weather be like that day? The workflow breaks. The only path the AI knows how to travel is the one you explicitly built to search your calendar. It doesn't know what a weather API is because you never coded one into the sequence. Workflows are bottlenecked by human foresight. If you have to manually code every possible variable a user might ask for, you haven't built an intelligent system. You have simply built a highly automated one. An AI workflow only becomes an AI agent the exact moment you replace the human decision maker with the LLM itself. This diagram shows the cognitive engine that replaces that human, the React framework. That stands for reason and act, and it operates in a continuous loop of reasoning, acting, and observing. Let's say your goal is to compile daily news articles into social media posts. In the reason phase, the agent thinks about the most efficient approach on its own. It asks itself, should I copy and paste full articles into a Word document? No, compiling links is faster. Then it moves to the act phase. It evaluates the tools available, selects a spreadsheet to organize those links, and triggers a search tool to summarize the content, all without you telling it which software to use. Once it drafts the post, it evaluates its own work. It reads the output, realizes the tone isn't quite right for LinkedIn, and loops back to rewrite it. It iterates autonomously until the post meets best practices. To see this in a more complex environment, look at the work of AI researcher Andrew Ng. Ng developed a vision agent that processes raw video footage. When asked to find a skier, the agent first reasons through what a skier actually looks like, a person on snow, moving fast on skis. It then acts, scanning through hours of footage, and independently indexes the exact clips that match its criteria. True autonomy comes from giving the model the capacity to evaluate its own mistakes and invent its own path to the finish line. We are moving away from an era where humans have to act as programmers, writing out hundreds of rigid if-then steps. Instead, we are becoming managers, handing down high-level goals. Strip away the confusing jargon. An AI agent is an LLM that you have given permission to think, select its own tools, and critique its own work. The programming behind this is highly technical, but as an end user, you don't need to understand the back-end architecture to use it. The future of work relies less on crafting the perfect prompt for a passive chatbot, and more on learning how to direct a team of autonomous digital workers.